So how's you cutting, lads? It's time to wrap up well by the look of it. That's right now, lads, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here to scaremonger ye. I'm just here to bring ye the truth. So yeah, the story is, according to artificial intelligence, they run a program there, they did, and it's predicted that this winter, that's right, this winter, it's going to be literally Baltic. That's right, with the Nord Stream pipeline down and the Turkish pipeline probably due to be attacked. Well, gas and heat's going to be hard to come by, same with coal and fuel. So we'll have to be dependent on the wind turbines. Now, I'm looking outside today and during the puff of wind blowing, so God damn it, where the bit of heat's going to come from when God knows. Maybe I should invest in a couple of new onesies now while I can before inflation takes the last few pence out of my pocket or my bank account or my post office account. Maybe if we get a couple of onesies, an extra few blankets, that's right, through the cold winter nights. Because you might have to sit down and look at a picture like that to imagine you're warm. So basically what the crack is going to be is, if you want to, we'll say, boiled eggs in the morning or anything like that, maybe, just maybe, if you get a couple of eggs and you put them underneath your onesies and you wrap up well and you hug them nice and tight and give it about, I know, a couple of hours, them eggs might boil themselves, you know. And get some bit hot, you might be able to eat them, you know, and if you're really lucky then, lads, you might be able to get the old pot, the virus stew, and bring it into the bed with you, wrap a onesie and a blanket around that and throw a few bodies around it, and maybe through the night you might just get enough body heat to cook up that stew, right? And maybe candles might be a handy thing to have, because as I said, with the wind farms and the wind not blowing and the eco energy, but a complete joke. Well, no natural gas coming into the country, the electric grid planning to be shut down from time to time, and the blackouts, well, according to artificial intelligence, it's not going to be looking the best for you. That's right, especially abroad there in Europe, that's out there 2 seas away from where I am. See, I'm here in Ireland, in an island in the Atlantic Ocean, then you have the Irish Sea, then you have another landmass called England, Scotland and Wales, and then you have another sea between that and Europe. There are countries, France, Germany, Norway, Austria, Switzerland, Finland, all of them, but they seem to call them all Europe now. But according to artificial intelligence, it's going to be Baltic now this winter, Baltic. So you might need to invest in a few candles in case there's blackouts and things like that, you know. And again, if you have an electric car, well, you're probably most likely going to be ghost, because you'll have nowhere to charge it up, you get me? That's right, there's just some of the things that's coming down the, no pun intended, the pipeline. That's right, so listen anyway, shall we let artificial intelligence roll there and give you an insight into what's probably coming down the pipeline, that's right, this year. So get in the candles, get plenty of onesies, buy extra blankets, and pray to God you don't freeze to death. Alright, Roisin, roll it there. Roisin! Where the fuck is she gone? Roisin, roll it, will ya? 1 minute, lads, I'll have to roll it myself. I know what's wrong, her electric car wouldn't start, that's right, the electric car won't start for fuck's sake anyway. Excuse my French. I'll have to just go back and roll it myself, lads. So, 1 minute there now, come on baby. Come on you good thing, you. So, boom! Take her away there, lads, take her away. minute, lads. I'll just bust in there for a minute. Sorry, no, lads, about this. I might be able to edit it, but I'll just bust in and I'll turn that camera on here. Just see what I'm talking about. Right, so I'll just bust in here, lads, as well. Another small bit of information I have for you about the old climate change. We all know now about the climate change, and of course the sea levels are rising in my fucking door. They're coming at this minute in time. But that's right, yeah. I was only watching there recently up in Galway. They've put a line, LED lights down the side of the river to show people about the sea levels rising in years to come. That's right. And but one thing that amazes me is that Barack Obama gave $14 million for a house only a couple of feet from the sea. You can walk to the sea, it's only a couple of feet from his house, and I was wondering, and do you think now he'd have more brains paying $14 million for a house that's on the sea? If the sea levels are going to be rising, wouldn't you imagine he'd know better, like, you know, but maybe he knows something the rest of us don't know, or maybe the sea level is not rising where he is, but it's rising where the rest of us are. Just like the cold is kicking in. Just keep that in mind, anyway, lads. Just keep all that in mind. Roisin has gone on. I don't know what the fuck is going on, so I'll have to run the show myself. So, we'll keep her lit, lads. We'll keep her lit. Yeah, for that. Even artificial intelligence is more intelligent than European politicians. No, that's a fact, that's a fact. Don't worry, these pictures are not real, at least not for now. Good thing, lads, is at least these pictures here are not for real according to intelligence. But at least not for now, they're not for real anyway. But if AI is anyway any good at running this computer programming, it's predicting this is the weather that's coming. Like, they reckon it only takes a week of frost and cold to cause this. And you have no heating for a week, no electric, no ways of heating your house within 1 week of a big freeze. And we often got freezes here in Ireland that went down for a solid month. So if you get one for a week, people will start literally burning their furniture to stay warm. Of course they will, they'll burn their furniture and God knows what they're going to eat and how they're going to cook it, like, you know what I mean? So that's all I can say. So with that, lads, sub up to my old channel and hit the bell for notifications, you know what I mean? And give it an old boom, an old thumbs up or an old kick or a slap or whatever you think yourself, but keep an eye on things. So, Roisin, as again, don't know where Roisin is gone, so with that said, now you see me and now you don't. Shit, the electric's gone off again.